Hello guys, welcome to my channel The Law Cognition. Today in this video we'll be seeing hierarchy of criminal courts in India. So without wasting time, let's get started. If we see the topmost, then it's the Supreme Court. Supreme Court is the apex court in our country. Moving ahead, if we see, then it's the High Court. Each state has their own High Court, or there might be a situation where two states shares the common High Court. Now moving ahead, there it's a Session Court. Now for more clarity purpose and for better understanding, Session Court will be dividing Session Court into three parts. First one would be the Session Judge, the second one would be the Additional Session Judge, and the third one is Assistant Session Judge. Now if we talk about the powers of these, then one by one if we see, Session Judge and Additional Session Judge basically shares the same kind of power. And now what are the powers that have been conferred to them is basically upon the laws which they are dealing with. Like if there is any matter in front of them and what the laws and punishment that particular matter provide in the specific act, that amount of punishment or fine they could impose. That means there is no any upper limit of the fine or punishment which they could come up with. But one thing that has to be taken into consideration is when session judge and additional session judge is coming up with the punishment of death penalty, then in that case there has to be prior sanction by the High Court. That means there has to be the permission by the High Court. And in case of fine, when they are imposing, then that fine has to be in accordance with the gravity of the offence, and this is specifically mentioned under section 366 of CRPC. Now if we talk about Assistant Session Judge, then the maximum limit of punishment regarding imprisonment which they could give up is 10 years, and the fine if we talk about is unlimited. Now if we move ahead, there comes Chief Judicial Magistrate. Now if we see the powers of Chief Judicial Magistrate, then the maximum punishment which he could give is 7 years of imprisonment and fine that is unlimited. But here again it has to be in accordance with the gravity of offence. Now moving ahead, there comes Judicial Magistrate First Class. Now what is the powers of Judicial Magistrate First Class? The power is regarding that he could give the punishment up to 3 years of imprisonment. And if we talk about the fine, then rupees 10,000 could be the maximum fine which he could impose. Now if we move ahead, there comes Judicial Magistrate Second Class. The power given to them is 1 year of imprisonment they could impose, and fine of maximum 5,000 rupees could be imposed in the Judicial Magistrate Second Class bench. Now if we see, Judicial Magistrate Second Class is the lowest magistrate bench where the trial cases goes on regarding criminal matters. So I hope I had made the hierarchy very clear to you, and if there is any doubt, please do mention that in the chat box. I'll definitely revert back to you. Please like my channel, subscribe it. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.